everybody, welcome to today's video. Today, I have some breaking news. Ram has just revived the 5.7 liter HEMI for the 2026 model year, and in this video we will be discussing the complete revival of the HEMI with speculations of its return in the Charger. Anyway, let's get into the video. Now, to understand how we got here, we need to go back to the year 2023. When it was announced that the HEMI would be discontinued along with the Charger and the Challenger. Although an electric Charger has replaced the traditional gas Charger, the axing of the HEMI saddened many loyal fans of the brand, especially because it was the only thing keeping Dodge alive. The killing of the HEMI was a shock to many people as it was a staple in the Chrysler lineup. Now, let's address the elephant in the room. Why was the HEMI killed in the first place? Now, that decision can be largely attributed to Carlos Tavares. As the CEO of Stellantis, Tavares made the final decision to discontinue the HEMI lineup. Influenced by his European style of management, the HEMI ceased to exist under his watch. Although the decision wasn't 100% of Tavares' fault, he did make the final decision. Corporate average fuel economy, or CAFE standards, and ever-stringent emissions regulation cost the company millions to keep the HEMI on board in fines. So, killing the HEMI was about saving money for the company. But as we know, it did more harm than good. Now, with Tavares stepping down as CEO, Antonio Filosa has taken the helm and approved the revival of the HEMI in the Ram lineup. The 2026 Ram 1500 will include the 5.7 liter HEMI with a mild hybrid system as a $1,200 add-on. This system is called the eTorque system, which helps with fuel economy and engine assist. The horsepower rating for the 2026 Ram 1500 will be 395 horsepower and 410 foot-pounds of torque, thanks in part to that mild hybrid system. Now, Ram has not revealed the fuel economy for the 2026 1500, but we can speculate as the previous Rams with the HEMI and eTorque system combined got 17 miles per gallon city and 23 highway. It also has a towing capacity of 11,470 pounds and a payload capacity of 1,750 pounds. It is, of course, mated to their bread and butter 8-speed automatic transmission. Now, all of the 2026 Ram 1500s with the HEMI V8 will also come with a standard GT exhaust package. And what do you know, maybe Ram will also put the 6.4 back in their 1500 trucks, as they are available right now in the 2500 and 3500 series, but are yet to see a return in the 1500 series. Now, with the return of the 5.7 in the Ram, we can speculate the return of the TRX, and hopefully the killing of the RHO. As no one wants a twin-turbo Hurricane 3-liter engine when you could have a 6.2-liter supercharged V8 paired with 4-wheel drive. Now sure, the 3-liter isn't bad, but it doesn't provide the visceral feeling of driving a 6.2-liter supercharged HEMI. Now I stress this enough, as with the return of the 5.7 in the 1500 series, we can go far beyond trucks in this equation, as Dodge has already announced a gas-powered version of their Charger called the 6-pack, which obviously will get the Hurricane engine with a low output and high output version expected to be produced in the late 2026 model year. But it is also rumored that HEMIs are going to follow suit after the gas-powered 6-pack. Although HEMI Chargers are just a rumor floating around, with the HEMI back in the Ram, it seems ever more likely that they will make an appearance in the new Dodge Charger. Now let's consider the broader political and regulatory environment that could influence the complete return of the HEMI and other big engines in cars. Now, under the current administration of President Donald Trump, there has been a significant rollback of environmental regulations, including those related to vehicle emissions. The Trump administration's EPA, led by Administrator Lee Zeldin, announced plans to roll back numerous environmental regulations, citing economic benefits and aiming to reduce regulatory costs. As these rollbacks in emission standards will save $275 billion annually. The rules that are primarily being targeted right now are the rules that regulate emissions from fossil fuels and vehicles, significantly reducing harmful pollutants and greenhouse gases, which are set to be rolled back. And by easing these regulations, the Trump administration is creating a more favorable environment for the production and sale of vehicle with larger and more powerful engines, such as the HEMI V8. This policy shift allows automakers like Stellantis to reconsider the viability of reintroducing such engines without the burden of hefty compliance costs and fines. Now, the administration's effort to roll back over 30 major environmental rules focused on protecting air and water quality and mitigating climate change have met with both support and criticism. Will these rollbacks aim to reduce regulatory costs for automakers and promote consumer choice? They also raise concerns for potential health and environmental impacts. But then again, I don't see a problem with this at all, as your average car is going to be a 4-cylinder anyway, and most people do drive 4 cylinders because of that, therefore balancing the select few who do drive V8s. So I honestly don't think it'll make much of a difference at all. In conclusion, the resurrection of the HEMI engine is far more than a nostalgic throwback. It is a course correction, as over the past few years, especially during the Biden administration, we have been thrown off course. And with Trump's second term in office, and the less stringent emission standards being put in place, we're on track for a whole new automotive revolution. As why stop at the HEMI V8? The Tundra might decide to bring back their V8 too, or the Nissan Armada, they might bring back their V8 as well. And why stop at V8s? Maybe the V6 will make a return in the Altima, or maybe the Chevy Impala will be revived, or the Ford Mustang could even gain back its V6. My point is, the next 4 years is going to be a twilight zone for automotive companies, and hopefully healing for the automotive landscape in whole, as not all car buyers are ready to give up the roar of a V8. The satisfaction of old school torque, or the simplicity and reliability of a naturally aspirated performance system. And with Antonio Filosa at the helm of Stellantis and President Trump's deregulatory policies helping them pave the way, we may be witnessing the beginning of a golden age for American performance yet again. The HEMI's return in the Ram is just the first shot fired. If Dodge follows through and the rumors of the HEMI power chargers prove true, we might be about to enter an era where V8 power, American muscle, and real driver engagement make a mainstream comeback. So here's to the HEMI, here's to the Charger, and here's to a future where horsepower isn't a liability, but a badge of honor. Thanks for watching, and if you like this video, maybe consider leaving a like down below, and if you really like this video, maybe consider subscribing. Anyway, I'll catch y'all in the next one.